These days, the potential of the Internet and online learning excites many people. Individuals working with developing countries are especially interested in the fact that hypothetically the same information is available to everyone on Earth. But is it really? And that led to my question. Is an open university and the resulting online learning viable in a developing country such as Nepal? In order to answer this question and develop a pedagogical model that might operate successfully, I needed to study three areas in depth: teaching models and theories, open university models of delivery, and of course Nepal and her people. I hoped that where these three areas intersected, a pedagogical model for an open university in Nepal would emerge. Nepal is one of the poorest countries on Earth. Its terrain poses an enormous challenge. People live in vast diversity. There are 92 ethnic groups identified in Nepal, and less than half of the population states Nepalese as their first language. Is the infrastructure in place for electricity, internet access, and IT facilitation? Are the people even interested in availing themselves of the information afforded online? And if all of these challenges could be met with a model of teaching, what would it look like in such a situation? I developed a 2-week online course entitled An Introduction to Online Learning. I recruited participants through social media sites, and students completed a pre- and post-course survey, as well as meeting with me face-to-face for an interview after the course. The 4 courses were offered over a 6-month period, and at the same time I traveled the country north to south, east to west, familiarizing myself with every region in Nepal. I sat and spoke with people in every corner of the country, asking them about their conditions, their aspirations, and e-learning, m-learning potential. After the completion of the online courses, I looked at the dynamics of each course. Where were the students located? Were they able to participate daily? Did they interact with each other, with the course material, with the instructor? What was the completion rate? How did this data intertwine with the survey results and with the interview feedback? From all of this data and information, I created a pedagogical model for online students in Nepal. This is only the beginning. The model needs to be tested, hopefully with full semester university courses. But what I did find out about online learning in developing countries such as Nepal was this: it is possible, it is viable, and there is interest from the nationals. With dedication and diligence, hopefully all of the knowledge and information available online today will soon be accessible to all the people in Nepal. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Susan. Great presentation, and obviously we've talked a long time about the digital divide, but there's a certain time when we have to start realizing that the networks are penetrating to even the poorest countries in the world. So very interesting work, and thank you for a nice, clear presentation.
Back now to Susan, who is third in my list, Susan Bainbridge, with online education in Nepal. I thought the photos there on your slide were great, establishing the situation and context, making us see the people you're talking about and see a different world. You gave a clear statement of the problem and explained the 3 things you're going to explore in depth: the model, the open universities, and the context. Nepal, you told us a lot about the challenges and set those out clearly, but you also told us about what you'd done and how you'd explored those, and looking at how you'd studied the dynamics of the situation and what they'd done. I wanted to know more, which is a good thing, about what your pedagogical model was and how that would be working out. So I think if I was balancing the talk, I'd have done a little bit more about what the model was, because I really want to know more. But I think actually leaving us wanting to know more is great. And another thing that would have made it even better was if there was a little bit more of a sense of previous work that's relevant. Obviously nobody's done anything quite like this, which makes it very interesting. But hearing a little bit more about previous work in the area would have been great. But again, it was a really interesting talk and very well done and nicely to time. So thank you, Susan, for your presentation too.